I am feeble and crushed, I groan because of the tumult of the heart. These words well show the physical exhaustion Jesus had to suffer at the climax of the cross event, and the extreme spiritual pain he felt in the process of being forsaken by God. Here, the original meaning of feeble goes beyond just being sleepy or tired, indicating a state of paralysis due to complete exhaustion of energy. In other words, Jesus was interrogated without sleeping a wink since the night before, and he was in a state where he had poured out all the water and blood inside his body due to the whipping and the pain of the cross. As a result, it can be said that Jesus' body had completely lost its strength, being feeble and crushed to the point of not even being able to move a finger. Also, this indicates a state that has reached complete exhaustion spiritually as well. Because Jesus was suffering God's wrath and anger at this time in a state where he was covered with the sins of humanity with his whole body. Also, here, I groan because of the tumult of the heart indicates the spiritual pain brought by the disconnection from God. The Hebrew translated as tumult here means the heartbeat fluctuates, to shout like a turbulent sea, indicating the changes in our body when anxiety or fear comes. In other words, Jesus was someone who had never been disconnected from God the Father for even a single moment from eternity. However, when Jesus became sin itself on the cross and became one with sin, he had to experience the cosmic alienation of God the Father, ignoring Jesus himself. In other words, it can be said that Jesus experienced in his place, through his whole soul, the essential fear and anxiety that we humans feel when we are thrown into the lake of fire of hell and disconnected from God. In other words, Jesus had no reason to feel such feelings of anxiety or fear because, originally, he had no sin, but it can be said that he himself assumed the eternal fear voluntarily in place of us sinners. As it should be, he assumed voluntarily, intentionally, and spontaneously in our place the fear and anxiety of being forsaken by God that we humans were supposed to receive upon falling into the lake of fire of hell.